Thank you, Michael. So today I'm going to show you one of the most exciting solutions that we have. That's the Touchless Access control solution. Where you are right now, this is our experience center that was set up late last year because we anticipate there's a lot more of these smart building solutions that will be coming up in the market. And one of the most exciting things that we usually show our customer here is this Touchless Access solution. At the very beginning, let me just break it down into the different components and introduce you how the solution is like. First and foremost, the camera, and that is probably one big important part of this solution because this camera ensures that you capture the correct face in all kinds of light conditions to ensure that we authorize the right person to go into the places as per the facial recognition software. Secondly, the facial recognition software that is housed in this server or this laptop that we have. In this particular demo that we have, we are only talking about one camera, and that's why one laptop is actually has sufficient power for us to actually power up this demonstration. This facial recognition is also where we then determine if someone is on the white list or on the black list before we provide or deny the entry to the person. At the backbone of this solution is access control. And this is one of the modular control that we have for this access control solution. Obviously, in this setup is operational in nature, so you definitely won't see this out in the public because this will usually be in the back. But what I would like to show you here is that this is the form factor of what made this access control solution possible in this modular controller that we have. And last but not least, this gantry. So in our particular setup, we actually put in this gantry in our experience center to mimic a typical situation that you probably see in most of the office lobby or in MRT stations, etc. So without further ado, let's probably do a quick live demonstration of how is it like. Let's probably have Michael to try out this access control solution. So probably Michael. Now you can see that as Michael walks closer to the gantry, the camera here actually captures the face of Michael, ensuring that he's part of the white list before actually giving him the access control allowance into this place. And that's actually interesting because you might be thinking, why do we place a camera in this situation and how do we actually determine the distance? And you can see that there's a lot of tweaking that's done at the back end to ensure that when someone is sufficiently near to the gantry, then the door will be unlocked. Because you definitely do not want a situation whereby someone is already far away, the camera captures it and the door unlocked, having the person to run and chase after run towards the gate because the gate had already opened. So we actually made some careful configuration at the back end to ensure a smoothless access like what you've seen just now. Now, the second variation that you have, what happens if we actually close off all the lights like what you've seen here? Will the situation change now? So probably at the first scene, let's focus on the camera to then see how dark the scene had already become. And something very interesting over here that I like to highlight is that you might even notice there's a little bit of bad light that's coming from the lobby over here because the lobby on the other side has light coming in, but in this experience center, it's almost completely dark. Then that actually mimics a lot of this office lobby situation that we have in our customer side. The golden question now is, can the access control solution still work well in this solution? So in that case, probably let's have Michael again to do a quick demonstration for us to see whether the access door unlocked for him. Now, Michael, please. You can see that no hiccup is almost as good as what you have seen just now. Even with the lights turned off, the lighting conditions to be less than favorable, we still have very good accuracy like what we've seen. Now, let's up the game a bit more. Let's put in a bit more variations to the game. Now let's have Michael with a hood over his head and see how does it go about now. So probably as Michael walks towards the gantry, again, you can see that it works pretty much seamlessly as what you could then expect in most of the office lobby. Maybe it's a rainy day, people putting on the hoodie, you can still expect a good traffic flow like what you've seen just now. Another variation, Michael here with a cap. Another design, and then let's see how does it work. With a cap, not much of a difference again. Even with the cap on Michael's head, we can still accurately understand the facial features of Michael, and that's how we actually provide him with the access. And the last variant that we have, Michael with a cool looking sunglasses. And how does it work out now? With these sunglasses, again, not too much of a problem. With that sunglasses on, he could still gain access into the area very much as quickly as he did in the first variant when he does not have the hoodie, does not have the cap, does not have the sunglasses on. So all in all, we show you a few verifications or variations of what's possible in most of the lobby situation whereby you have low lighting conditions. Number one, when someone is wearing a hoodie, when someone is wearing a cap, and when someone is wearing sunglasses, it all worked pretty well in this situation, and you can see that we have a very good demonstration here. Now with that, I will end off this segment of the presentation and demonstration, and we'll then move on to the next part. Hey guys, it's me again. So I guess you have seen a lot of our footages and even the part video that we talked about just now. But really, just let me show you the very one last scenario that we have over here for our touchless access control solution. And that is actually one of the questions that I typically get from my customer, and I think it's really of great value for me to show you here. So pardon the interruptions, but I guess it's something interesting. So what Michael and I are going to do here is we're trying to mimic a situation whereby someone tried to tailgate a person to gain entry to a place. Now, let's see how it turns out. So for instance, if I were to get into an area now, I start walking. He gave me access. And you can see that in this situation, even though Michael also has access because my face is on the whitelist and I get into a place, but what's different right now is that if you were to focus on this screen right here, me being on the whitelist, you can see that the white border around me shows that I'm being recognized. Michael, even though he has access to the place like what I did, you can see that he's actually being recognized on the black list because he's not someone on the white list yet. And that is particularly interesting because in such tailgating scenario, all the access control solution will probably have this policy of being able to let two persons to walk past at the same time. It really depends on how fast the gantry or the doors react. But what is important is that you need to understand when someone on the blacklist appear in your scene or have access to the places. And that is why in a facial recognition solution that you see over here, we are able to capture this important information immediately. In this case, when Michael, who's someone on the blacklist, appear, in this red border, we can then immediately be notified. And that notification can come in the form of message, can even come in the form of someone who's looking at this solution, get an alarm immediately that someone on the blacklist actually appear. And with this information, later on when Michael start moving around in the building, we can even capture this information and try to map where he goes because we already have his facial information here. And I think that will be of great importance, of great value to the security officers around in the building trying to locate where Michael is. And I guess that's something really interesting for you guys. So that's the end of it. And we'll now move on to Q&A.